All I remember was I guess we didn't have a bar of soap, so she had a handful of liquid soap trying to shove it in my mouth.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, liquid soap. Oh, God.
Oh, fudge.
The next scene is pretty funny. I can relate to this too. Ralphie is trying to help his dad with some car problems, and he accidentally swears. And so his dad's like, "What'd you say?"
What did you say?
Um,
That's what I thought you said.
Ralphie's punishment is to eat soap.
Over the years, I got to be quite a connoisseur of soap.
So did you ever experience this?
Ate soap.
Yeah.
Yeah, my grandmother fed it to me once.
What did you do? Did you do the same thing he did?
I did not say fudge. I don't remember what I said. It definitely wasn't the big nasty word, but I'm sure I uttered something that I wasn't supposed to say, and she put a bar of soap in my mouth.
I think I told my mom to shut up.
That would have done it too. Yeah.
All I remember was I guess we didn't have a bar of soap, so she had a handful of liquid soap trying to shove it in my mouth.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, liquid soap. Oh, God.
I mean, I ate soap just to
man.
see what it tasted like once, but
Yeah.
I never got the soap treatment. I did have adults like threaten to make me eat a bar of soap, but I never had to do it. But there was this kid at church when I was a kid, and he swore, and his parents heard it, and they like took him from Sunday school and took him in the bathroom and made him like eat soap.
Yeah, that was a good punishment, It's not hurtful. It's not, it's not going to injure anyone, but it is the worst thing ever as a kid, because it's like, all you want to do is eat candy and drink pop, and now you have this soap.
It stays with you.
Oh yeah,
for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I still remember what it tastes like.
Well, I bet.
It's horrible.
Ooh. I think during those 80s years, just in my childhood, there was this teaching that like one of the 10 commandments was thou shalt not swear. So in my circle, that's part of why they were taking that so seriously. Like I've seen that 10 commandments paraphrased, like in children's classrooms and Sunday school rooms. They'll paraphrase that no cussing. Well, since I'm a theology nerd, I've actually learned in the past year that in the original language, do not take the Lord's name in vain. That's what they're paraphrasing as no cussing. That actually is not about speech in Hebrew.
Oh, really?
It's not about, saying swear words. It actually means don't represent God in vain. So, like, don't do things that would make him look bad.
Like showing up at military funerals with big signs that say
things. Like Westboro Baptist. Yes. So it's don't represent God in vain. Like, take representing him seriously. The same way as if you were wearing like a uniform for your school or your work, you wouldn't do something like go pee on something wearing that uniform, because then you just made the company look bad, right? That's exactly what they're talking about. But it was a big part of the culture.
That would have changed a lot of things growing up. Well, that would have changed a lot of things in religion, period, if you think about it.
Yeah, that teaching was such a big part of the culture at that time, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So when I learned that, I was shocked. But if anybody listening wants to do research on that, look up a scholar named Carmen Imes, and she went back and retranslated that, and so some other scholars too. But what she came up with, she wrote a paper about it. It's really good, so it's worth checking out. Maybe we don't have to be eating soap anymore. But I thought it was hilarious that the mom picks up the soap and she puts it in her mouth. Like, what is she doing? Like, is she just checking to see how bad she
Yes.
is treating her son? Like, just to make sure
Yes.
that it's not that bad? That's what I thought.
Also, what cracks me up about this is she asked, "Where did you hear that word?" He's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
I've heard it from my old man at least a dozen times." But he
Yeah.
rats out his friend. And then you can hear the mom on the other end. You can hear her say, "This is what he said." And she's like, "What?"
He heard it from your son.
And do you know where she heard that for? Yeah. Do you know where he heard that? And you can hear her on the phone go, "Probably from his father." No, he heard it from your son. And then you can hear the kid just getting the snot kicked out of him at home.
Well, that was so funny because Ralphie he just says the first name that came to mind. So I took it like Schwartz did not teach him that word. Like, this
No.
other kid is basically being forced to eat soap or being beaten or whatever for nothing, right? He's innocent.
Oh, yeah.
That just plays into the love of couples, and sometimes, obviously they don't show it the way people do now and stuff, but you love them so much that you don't even realize the flaws. She loves her husband, and she just does not hear that when he gets mad and yells. She's just like, he's just yelling at the furnace, and it doesn't register what he's saying. But of course, as kids, you hear everything and you pick up everything and you use everything. And so the fact that she was like, "Where did you hear that?" Well, of course she should know where he heard that, but she just doesn't see that in her husband because
Why didn't he say his dad?
I think he was scared that his dad would.
Oh, yeah.
Right now, all he has to do is sit there with soap in his mouth. If he blames it on his dad, then it might make his dad angry, and then the belt comes out. And I would
So this
eat
kid
10
can't
bars of
even tell the
soap
truth?
before I take the belt.
I would definitely eat a bar of soap before I take that belt again.
So that's got to show how scared he is of his dad then.
Oh yeah.